Okay, today we're going to do an improved or modified improved Albright for joining braid to leader that will give a lot more strength than a typical Albright or improved Albright. And how we're going to do that is we're going to get our leader material, we're going to fold that in half as usual. Now we're going to get our braid, and for about 25 centimeters we're going to double that up, and we're going to treat that doubled up piece of braid as a single piece of braid. The reason for doing that is that the doubled up piece of braid is it's going to be twice as difficult for it to cut through the leader as a single piece of braid, and that's what gives it its extra strength. But to get it to sit nice, we do things a little bit differently. So we're going to feed that braid through the leader, and pull it through about 10 or 12 centimeters. Now what I find best is if I just pinch down on the end of that and the braid and the eye together, and then wrap 10 times. And wrapping the same direction, we're going to work our way back down the knot 4 times. We found that this actually makes the knot pull up much neater and stronger than going 8 and 8. In fact, it actually comes up stronger than even doing a bimini and joining it evenly. So basically what we're going to do now is get to this position, we're going to wet the knot, and we're just going to pull up the majority of the looseness out of that knot. Grab our doubled up ends here, just try and pull as much as we can out in the initial part. Then we're going to split this tag end that we doubled up, and we're just going to pull that tight to try and get the tight down here on the eye. And then we're just going to pull our individual strands one by one. So the trick with this knot is to progressively pull it up and not try to do it all in a hurry. You can still get it done fast, but just pull it up a bit at a time, because what we don't want is we don't want the braid sliding off the end of the knot. Now this knot's still spread out a fair bit and doesn't want to pull up any tighter, so what I'm going to do is get my leader ends, and by pulling them apart we'll shorten the knot up. And then what we'll do is we'll then again retighten all our ends, and we'll probably do that 2 to 3 times depending on how slippery the braid is and the leader combination. So basically I'm just going to do that again. The reason for shortening up that knot is later when we're casting, we don't want that shortening up on its own, and then we've got a piece sticking out, catching our runners as we're casting. So the third time I'm going to go a bit harder this time. Again, tighten all those 3. And pretty much we've done our knot now. You can give it a little light impact test if you want, make sure it's okay. And you can see it pulls up very, very neat. It's nice and slim. This is 30-pound leader. And then basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut that. See how I do that. Behaving. Both our ends I will trim with about 3 mil, 4 mil of leader, of braid I should say. Same on this one. And then on the leader end, we're going to cut that as close as we can to the knot, because if this was to begin to slip because we didn't do the knot correctly, it would slide out the entire amount. So if we've done it right, because the leader goes all the way through and all the way back, it doesn't require any tag at all. So we're going to go in, we're going to cut as close as we can without cutting the braid. We may find that the line's a little bit kinked, so if we grab the knot and just bend it back, we now have our knot. It's quite slim, and it works great if you're in a hurry and you haven't got time to do an FG.